Wild onions are coming up. Makes a good spring tonic. We're looking at some nasty ailanthus. That's tree of heaven. That's the spotted lanternfly's favorite host tree. So while I'm in here, I'm going to look for the egg sac. It's more like, that's not it right there. That's just a deviation. It looks like somebody took some cement and a spackling knife and just wiped it on the tray. And this has had spotted lanternfly on it, and I'm going to show you the reason why I know that. Because when there's some deer poop, when they're all together on a tray, and oh, there's a piece of one right there, and there are literally up to thousands of them. They will what's called honeydew, and that's their crap, their excrement, and it's a nasty substance. It's sticky, and it turns into like a black mold. So let me show you one. Do you see how all of this looks very dark? Looks very black. Okay, all around through here. All out. This is a branch that they were probably on that turned black. The dirt looks black. There's some more poop from a deer. But I'm still looking for a spotted lanternfly, like a dead body or a wing, and I'm not seeing anything but this black mess that they leave behind is a telltale sign that they were here. And I don't see any egg sacs. That's not. Huh, interesting. Now, since I've been studying them and keeping an eye on some traps, they have been pretty lucky bugs in the respect they've had basically mild winters. Now, this past winter there were freezing temperatures, single digits, for a week or so at a time. Something we have not had in a long time here. Oh, sorry about that. So, I'm wondering if the cold temperatures finally got them, because they were getting slick for a while there. And with the traps that I was monitoring, what I saw, I'm not even seeing anything up there. I'd need binoculars to really look close. I'm not seeing any egg sacs. I'll put a picture up to show you what they look like. What I discovered with mine was that they had handled, let's see, within a year, they handled like a few cold days and about 4 inches of snow. And they managed to lay egg masses, and they survived. So the following year, what I noticed was that they weren't laying eggs, masses or schmears. I like to call them schmears because it looks like a schmear on the lower part of the trunk. Instead, they were going up into the canopy, so they were starting to evolve. I mean, that was within one season, right? That's almost kind of Frankensteinish. And they were surviving, but still, we were having some mild temperatures. Boy, that's one hell of a deer trail right there. They're all through here. But, you know, even without my glasses on, I'm so used to seeing these egg smears from these nasty creatures that I'm not seeing anything, but I see that they were here. And the wildlife loved to eat them, the squirrels and the crows. In fact, all the bags on my traps were always ripped open by or the ravens, crows, maybe blue jays. They absolutely love them. Lots of protein. Free meal, you know, it's in a bag on the side of a tree. It's a bag full of goodies. So, I mean, if I were a raven, I'd be going after it too. but I'm not seeing anything. And here's a really big Atlantis back here. Now, this is on a museum property, and I don't know if they spent any time or effort into getting traps out here. Oh, excuse me. They might have. Maybe they did. We used to leave them up all winter and just take the bags off. But a couple years ago, the DEC said, we want those traps off the trees by November 7th. Okay. So that's what we did. We took them off the trees. So we're not allowed to leave them on the trees anymore. So check this out. This is a perfect. Their schmear and their schmutz. Look how dark that is. Look at the comparison. Right? So this is where they spent most of their time. And they just, you know, mucked the whole thing up. Oh, okay, here we go. Here's proof. Here's proof right here. Perfect. Boy, this tree must have been loaded. That is a dead spotted lanternfly, and that would make it a good spotted lanternfly because it is dead. These things do horrible damage to agricultural crops, like apple orchards and vineyards. So, you know, we've been battling these ever since they came in on a shipment of pavers into Pennsylvania, and there's still a discrepancy in the Asian countries as to whose fault it really is and what country it actually came from. China's saying it's Taiwan, and Taiwan's saying it's China, and so it became a political thing. So there really isn't, I mean, you could read fact sheet after fact sheet, but you might see differing opinions about where they came from. I'm kind of glad I discovered this, because if they're not putting up spotted lanternfly traps, then maybe this year I'll add that to my routine, and I'll get some down in here and start trapping those suckers, because boy, what a mess. Look at that. Ugh. And that's a big old Atlantis. That thing's been growing there for quite a while. I've seen them bigger, but that's a good size one.